Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I just kind of wanted to talk about a little bit about how I felt about like all the game shows, all the games that are coming out. And just give my little just like overall just feelings on everything. So, I'm going to start with the state of play. There's not really much to report from the state of play that I'm interested in. I do like Wolverine, but I will probably play that like once it goes down in price or like it's on like my PlayStation thing. Like Spider-Man is already on the PlayStation thing where you can play it technically for free. And then they had the God of War um Laffy. Um It looks fun. I don't know if I really needed more from God of War right now that wasn't the remakes. Um, but I'll probably play it eventually. PlayStation first party titles are not really stuff that like I run. I'm like I have to play this like right when it comes out. It's those games are usually like my in between games from like all my JRPGs and stuff like that. So, and there was a lot of Marvel love in the state of play, even past like Wolverine and stuff. So I was like, state of play was not doing it for me. And then we had um Summer Game Fest. Now, Summer Game Fest started with Code Veronica. Really excited about that game. I wouldn't say I'm a big Resident Evil fan. Like, I definitely want to eventually, once they remake all the games, probably play them. Um, Eventually, we got more of Control 2, which looks good. Um, I'm just like, Final Fantasy 7 was fantastic, but it's a third game in the series, but I think most of us have like followed or are waiting just for the whole thing to come out and then play it, binge it. I feel like there was more games than that at the Summer Game Fest. Must have just not been. Tifa and Street Fighter was kind of cool. I don't play Street Fighter, but I do like. I always like when there's crossover. Um, yeah, not I feel like the Summer Game Fest is definitely a lot more American than it is with a lot of these other ones. Um, I feel like, oh yeah, Rayman was also in the state of play, but it's also in the Nintendo Direct. But that's kind of cool that that's coming out. Um, but yeah, I can get hyped. Did they do Amimusha? I think Amimusha might have been in some of those. I don't remember. But that looks like a really good game. And then the Xbox showcase like blew me away. And I think depending on what type of fan you are, is if the Xbox hit more than the Nintendo. Um so the Xbox, there was Gears of War, which I was like not really interested in. Halo looks fantastic. I'm gonna be playing that with my boyfriend. I'm really excited about that. I would not normally be excited about Halo, but with it being a two-player, it might be a lot of fun to play it with my boyfriend. Um, and then they showed Persona 4 Revival, which looks really, really good. I'm not sure how I like Teddy. Teddy's like the only voice I was like, ugh, like you're actually worse than what was in the original, and I don't like Teddy in the original. Teddy's like my least favorite like character companion, animal companion thing in any Persona game that I've played so far, and I've played 4, 5. 3, 4, and 5. And then we saw a little bit of a teaser for 6. Now, did I want to see more for 6? Yes, because we've been waiting so long for more information on this game. So, yes, I did want to hear more information. I wanted to know the town, maybe get a little bit of a setting. Basically, the first ad we got for Revival was kind of where I was hoping they were going to go. But at the same time, they did the same thing to 5. I'm hoping we don't have to wait as long. I'm really hoping that this game, we get to the end of the year at the Tokyo Game Show or the Game Awards, and we see a bigger trailer for 6. I really hope so. I really want to know more about 6. I feel like storyline wise, a lot of people know what 4 is. They also recently, last night, had a full breakdown of 4, the new mechanics and everything. So I'm like, okay, we have enough of Persona 4 to last us a really good lifetime. And then Spyro, I'm so excited. I am so excited about Spyro. That's been another one I feel like this game season was a lot of games a lot of us been waiting for a while. This is not stuff they announced years ago and they're bringing it back to give you release dates. This is new stuff that we've barely seen anything. I think Spyro's supposed to come out in 2027 too, so that's good. No Grand Theft Auto love in any of these, so I guess Rockstar's doing its own thing for that. Or they're people are already gonna buy it, we've done enough. And then Clockwork Revolution on Xbox, that Magician game looked really cool. There's a couple of really cool things coming from Xbox, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they're gonna have some exclusives. Hopefully, we get maybe the console war between PlayStation and Xbox again. As long as we don't get the toxicity, it stays fun. I don't really care. It pushes them to do their best, so I'm always up for that. And then we had Nintendo. And Nintendo, for me, still blew it out of the park. They're getting so much third-party love. Games I would have never thought in a million years. Devil May Cry 5 is getting on the Switch, too. That rhythm game they could have spent 5 less minutes on. The Thumb War thing, I'm not even going to talk about. But, even though I'm really excited about Wii Sports Resort, low-key, I used to play that when I had a Wii U, and I love that set of games. But they got, Xenoblade Chronicles is getting remastered. I'm really happy for them with that. Those look like good games. And then we got Fire Emblem, the next Fire Emblem game. I haven't played a Fire Emblem game. I really want to, but I haven't played one yet. And then we got the announcement that they are physically putting on the Kingdom Hearts games on Switch. And I was like, finally. Because I was not going to I wasn't going to pay $50 for a cloud version. If it was maybe $20, maybe. Because that's how much you can sometimes find the collections for. But then they showed Kingdom Hearts 4, and I was like, out of all the, the directs, the state of play, Summer Game Fest did not get Kingdom Hearts 4. I guess because they got Final Fantasy VII, which I don't think, in all honesty, I think there's some type of overlap because Cloud's in both. Spoiler alert: Final Fantasy crossed over with Disney and made Kingdom Hearts. Um, but the overlap I think is still somewhat different. Like, I think a lot of us do like Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Kingdom Hearts. You kind of have to because at least we've gotten a couple games for Final Fantasy VII and nothing for Kingdom Hearts. But between the 7 years that maybe 20, maybe we got 3 and maybe Remind between then and there, and maybe Melody of Memory, which it was fine. I did it for the extra cutscenes. They could have just brought out the extra cutscenes. Like, I'm not sure if if I had to rate the Kingdom Hearts games, like, it would be pretty low. Still not as low as Chain of Memories though, but still. So I was like, okay, and then we had Zelda after that, and I'm like, okay, because I know of Zelda, okay, I'm not a Nintendo girly to the concept of like their first party games. Minus Fire Emblem and Xenoblade Chronicles. Like, you could get me to get a Switch for those two. And then my boyfriend's big Pokemon, so we have to, keep up with Pokemon. But other than that, like, I'm not really into Mario. I think they're cute games. Like, I think Mario's cute. I think Donkey Kong looked really good. Donkey Kong Bonanza, but when you ask me, like, if I could only have one system, not counting the computer, one system, I would still always go with PlayStation. I've always had a PlayStation in my room, and that's what I go to. That's where most of the games I love are from. And then I got a PSP when I was a little bit older to play Birth by Sleep. And Dante's Inferno, which is still a really good game, but I was really disappointed in the state of play. And this is coming from like a PlayStation lover. Like, I was really disappointed in that because I think they focused too much on Wolverine. I think Wolverine should have been its own thing. I think the new God of War game should have been its own thing. Or just announced. Like, we didn't need a 10-minute teaser or anything. We just needed it to be announced. And then they could go off and do that. I knew if we were going to get anything Persona related. Oh, we got Stranger in Heaven from Summer Game Fest. That was really cool. Was cool to see Tupac. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll see. I guess they got permission to use some of his stuff. I'm still excited for Stranger Than Heaven. I haven't played any of the Yakuza games, but I was like, it's a new series, but it should give me like a feeling of it if I do like it. Without having to play like 1,000,002 games. And then, yeah, so it's like, Summer Game Fest was good for like those major titles, but it was nothing like the Nintendo and the Xbox. Which I'm surprised, but like, because Xbox has Atlas, like, and they announced Persona now, like, I'm gonna be hyped because it's Persona. And like, if Nintendo's gonna announce like that other Final Fantasy game looked good too, Resonance. Like, if they're going to be so close to Square Enix, I'm gonna want to watch the directs. The other thing, like that Dragon Quest, like monster hunting game looked really cool. Like, I think what Nintendo is doing is they're getting into all these other markets. Like, they were like, we'll take Resident Evil 9 and we're gonna put it on our system. I'm like, okay, like, go for it if it looks good. And I'm like really wanting to know more about Duskbloods. I'm hoping that's coming out soon. Liza P on the Switch 2 was amazing. I really do hope that they bring an Overture version of that so I can get it for my PlayStation. And they don't just do it for the Switch 2. Maybe I'll just buy it on Switch 2. I don't know. But they have like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like, they're able to do a lot more with the Switch. Where like game seasons are going to, I think, start getting really like confusing where you're gonna have to watch all of the content. I don't know. I really disappointed. Like, I really would like to say, like, PlayStation doesn't have to get it together, but I'm like, PlayStation needs to get it together. I really think PlayStation needs to go back to their older IPs. Like, I think we need a Sly Cooper. We need like another like Astrobot game. Like, they won Game of the Year with it. Like, I'm surprised like that hasn't been announced yet. I don't know if it's being worked on or what's going on. Um, Infamous. Some people are like talking about Uncharted. I'm like, Uncharted, like, if you played like the last game, like, it's not gonna be the same Uncharted because I think they kind of ended that storyline really well. Just leave it alone. Um Now, could they do like a next generation? Yeah, but I really don't want them to. I think with Uncharted ending and then they got The Last of Us. The Last of Us is ending. That new one seems like it could be okay. I know a lot of people um don't have faith because of like Last of Us 2, so they're gonna have to step up their game again. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the games that are coming out. Um, and I hope they're coming out sooner rather than later too. I hope like Persona 6 is coming out like 2027, 2028. I don't expect it to come out during 4. It could. It seriously could. Like, if it came out during the end of the year, we get Persona 4 at the beginning. Everybody's gonna probably be done with Persona 4 that wants to play it. Like, diehards are going to be done with Persona 4 by September, October. So if they brought out Persona 6 around that September, October time, like, they wouldn't really clash because we would already be done with 4 Revival, maybe playing our third time, like me, because I can't follow a basic guide to save my life. So, like, I always want to platinum those games and I do something wrong and then I just finish the game again and I'll go back to it later. I'll binge through the games again eventually. And then have Persona 6. And then, man, really, what does Atlas have next? Shin Megami Tensei? We're gonna get Shin Megami Tensei 6? Is that in the works? Learn what you did the second or third time, because if you don't have more personality in that game, it's not great. Vengeance added a lot to Shin Megami Tensei. Sorry, guys, but like that's all I can think of. I know they have more franchises. They could go back to Raito. I know that really didn't do good for them. And then what else do they have? Man, that would be bringing Persona 1, Persona 2, and remaking those, I think would be probably the next step. Because I know a lot of people want those. I personally want like remasters or something for those. Because I think, in all honesty, there is a bigger connection deep down if you've played all the games. And I'm like, I really want to see that connection, like, live by playing all the games. And then more Shin Megami Tensei. I like Soul Hackers too, but I don't think they're gonna go back. I don't know what's next for Atlas, to be honest. I guess they're just gonna do a whole bunch of spin-offs on 6 and irritate me. I am already putting all my coins in the basket that I am going to be. I love the cast of 5. Like, don't get me wrong, they're fantastic. But we've just had too many spin-off games, and I'm just like, I'm done. I never, ever, ever want to see Joker again in another game. Like, I am so done. Bring the third one back, because like he doesn't get any love. But yeah, that is it. I think we had a really good season. I'm really excited for the future. And tell me in the comments, like, is there any game that you saw like you're really excited about? Because I probably missed a whole bunch. Otherwise, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.